Good morning, good morning, good morning. AM Hustle here again. And I wasn't going to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but I keep seeing these things all over social media. People like 50 cents broke, 50 cents broke. See, I told you. See, I told you. Okay, first of all, 50 Cent is not even close to broke. He's not broke. He's not even in financial duress. These are my assumptions and the opinions of one Glendon Cameron. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to give you evidence and I'm going to bring my case to you to explain to you the beauty and the benefits of a financial education versus one of fuckery. He's not broke. He's not in trouble. This is a stall. This is a dodge. All right. I'm just, I've been seeing this. It's like, see, those rappers, you don't understand. But in the meantime, hold on a second. If you like what I'm about to say, and if you want to learn more and you need help with building your online business or building your hustle, go below the video, hit show more, and there's a lot of goodies down there, playlist, content, books, things that'll help you hustle harder. And with that, let's just jump into this wonderful topic of 50 Cent being broke. I have never in my mind ever thought I would see so many people who were so jealous that they just completely ignored facts. I'm going to give you some facts and I'm going to give you some opinions in this financial education for you and why I think he did what he did. And let me be real clear. I'm not mad at him because Trump did the same thing. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4. And this fool's running for president. And, it's just really, really funny. But okay, let me calm down. Let me just calm down. Let me get in there and show you. All right. First of all, one of the big issues I had when I was looking for this was trying to find out, did he file a Chapter 7, a Chapter 11, or 13? Now, you'll go to all these sites, right? And they'll have this, and they'll have the house, and they'll have the court filings, but they do not tell you what type of court filing it is. Very, very important. Chapter 7 is total liquidation. Chapter 11 is business reorganization. And a Chapter 13 is a repayment plan. And I'm going here, Wall Street Journal. Everyone's talking about it. And they're just looking at all these numbers. Okay, can you say the art of war? Can you say this? The art of war. I'm just looking at this and I said, okay, I had to dig. I had to go to several websites to find out what was he filing. And well, it appears that Mr. 50 Cent is filing Chapter 11. Boom. Okay. That tells me a lot. It tells me a ton. He has separated his personal finances from his business finances. There are many financial vehicles and items that you can use to create this. That's what's called an LLC. That's what's called an S corporation. That's what's called C corporation. That's what a trust is. Now, he's filing a Chapter 11, which I am assuming, because I didn't go look up the court papers, but they have sued his company because that's where the people who wanted to sue him, the plaintiffs, figured the money was. Now, I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just cracking up. And people are just like, oh yeah, he's broke. See, I told he is playing the all rappers go broke role with the adroit savant because people were just buying it. Immediately, yeah, he broke. Yeah, he broke. Oh yeah, he broke. No money. See, that's how those rappers are. See, I knew. He ain't broke. Okay, now I showed you some facts. We know he's filing Chapter 11, reorganization. Now let's talk about why would someone do that who has money? He doesn't want to pay out the $7 million or the $18 million payout. What he's trying to do, I'm assuming, I have no inside knowledge, is to crank that judgment down to as little as possible. If he ends up paying his attorneys $2 million and then paying maybe a $4 or $5 million on that judgment, that's a win. That's a $19 million reduction. That's a win. He blows that on bullshit in a year. That's a win. Now, how does this work? for those of you who are just like, oh yeah, he's broke. All right, I'm going to break it down to a level that some of you can understand. Say you have a child support issue. Say you are arrears with your child support and there's a warrant out for your arrest. And many people don't know that you could file a Chapter 13 or 7, and that creates something that's called a stay. Now, what does a stay means? Nobody can mess with you while you're in the protection of bankruptcy. Doesn't make it go away. You will not get rid of your child support forever and ever. It just gives you time to get yourself together to make deals. It will not get rid of your child support arrears, but it will stop them putting you from, they'll keep you from going to jail. And it'll give you time to work out deals. If you give you time, you can stretch it out. I don't know how long a bankruptcy takes, but if it's 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they can't touch you for 6, 7, 8, 9 months until you emerge out of bankruptcy protection, depending upon your bankruptcy. So the stay will, once again, it will not make the Internal Revenue Service go away, but it will stop them cold. They can't touch you. They cannot garnish your check. None of this. This is what a bankruptcy does. It creates this protective umbrella while you exhale. That's what he's doing. He's giving himself time. Now, let's talk about who Curtis Jackson, aka Mr. 50 Cents. Like him or not, he's one smart motherfucker. I don't care what you want to say. I don't care what you like. If you just hating and jealous, that's fine. But he is one smart motherfucker. Do you think someone who was shot as many times as he was and lived, and who was a successful, let's put this again, a successful drug dealer, that he went 100% legit with this music thing? And I'm not saying he's selling drugs. What I'm saying is he kept a lot of that trap mentality in terms of his wealth. I've never sold drugs, but from the way that I understand it, you don't keep the money with the drugs. You keep them separate, and you have distance between you and the process. Do you think that this person who lived on the streets, who survived being shot, was going to completely ignore those lessons that he learned that's in the realest environment possible, that third market economy, that he's just like, well, I'm 50 Cent. I did this deal with Vitamin Water. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Bullshit. I guarantee you, I could be 100% wrong. I could be talking out my ass, but I guarantee you that when all this is over, his lifestyle's not going to change one iota. I wouldn't be shocked if he had 50 million squared away in an offshore account. And oh yeah, let's get back to this. As I'm looking at this, going through this stuff, and they've got these numbers, his debt, his assets, they don't really talk about certain business expenses. And he's on this show. There's a lot of stuff missing. Why is there a lot of stuff missing? Let's be really clear. He hired the best of the best. He did not hire some chump change attorneys. He got himself some sharks. Trust me on this. He does not have the third string. He's got first round draft picks as his legal representation. Now, these people are not stupid. Now, why would they not put certain things in there? To create even more delay, to stretch this thing out, because they can make deals. They can say stuff. His creditors, the people who have these judgments against him, if they don't show up in court, if they don't present their case, then the bankruptcy judge has the power to crank those judgments down. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to take that 17 million. We're going to turn to 1.2. Oh, you got the money, you pay it off. Bam, he's done. This is what's going on. This is what a financial education will do for you. You may know LeBron stats. You may have these conversations with who's the greatest, LeBron or Kobe or Jordan, but you don't know your constitutional rights. You don't know that these simple things that you could do yourself if you would take the time to go to a legal library and learn, that could keep your ass out of harm's way. That's why I'm just doing this video, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I see you. I know what you're doing. The bankruptcy judge knows what you're doing. They've seen this before. Now, this is the thing. They can know what you're doing, but the thing is, they got to prove it. They have to have evidence. They could go home and tell their wife or husband, that motherfucker's getting over. And they're not even supposed to talk to him like that, but they do. I used to date an attorney. They do talk about stuff to their mates. They're not supposed to, but they do. It's like, that motherfucker, he's hiding money. But unless the opposing counsel and the creditors come in and they get the forensic accountants and they start doing this stuff, they're going to have to take what he puts out or his audited statements. And if this numbers say he doesn't have the money and they can't find any more money, then those judgments will be cranked down like Hahaka, Hawaii for Hahaka. They're going to be like, cha, 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 cha. Boom. That's what he's doing. And for and I'm doing this to put in my private Facebook group because I saw that and it's like, no, he's not broke. He ain't even this ain't even about broke. This is about, I'm not paying those motherfuckers. I'll spend money to stop this. I'm not giving them this. I mean, look at who he is as a person. Do you really think the drug dealer mindset in him died because now he's so-called clean? No, he separated his money. Like I said, like him or not, he's a smart motherfucker. And this is a business reorganization, which means they sued him and they got all this assets and all this other stuff in there in the mingle. But there's a lot of shit that's missing. Now, if he did what I think he did. Now, once again, I don't know. I'm just assuming. All that stuff's put there. Now, say he went to Hong Kong and he created another company over there in the name of one of his children. And say that company has a proxy, say the company has solid assets of gold. People store gold in Hong Kong in banks. Gold assets, real, they'll do that. So maybe he's got like 10 million. I'm just assuming. I don't know anything. 10 million in gold, 20, maybe 50 million in gold reserve in a offshore account in the name of his child, and made himself the executor of that trust or that account. MC Hammer can't touch it. Even if they fucking knew they couldn't touch it. Couldn't touch it. That's why I'm just sitting here. Get yourself a financial education so you do not be like one of these rubberneck jealous haters looking at something like, see, I told you, see, I told you, see, I told you. He broke, living in rap. No, he is putting on the facade. This is a contrived circus show for you. And many of you are like, shit, give me a bigger straw so I can suck down some more. That's good Kool-Aid. It was really sweet. He's putting all the sugar in there. He's giving you the grape Kool-Aid. He's giving you the cherry Kool-Aid. And for you sophisticated motherfuckers, he's giving you the pina colada Kool-Aid. And I'm just sitting there watching this. Now, I got up in this morning. I just did my research before I did this hangout. And I came up with that. If I were to dig deeper, I would even find more. Do the same. Learn what the law does. Seriously, for a lot of you folks who are like in certain situations, you could do this stuff too. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So go ahead in the comments. Tell me how I'm wrong, just like he's broke. Go ahead and do your research. Go ahead and find out what kind of bankruptcy and look at what this bankruptcy means and that bankruptcy means. And you will see what I see because I see you. I appreciate you because I understand the game. Why would you give someone $25 million when you have a financial legal instrument that can prevent that? It makes no sense. As Donald Trump said, when someone asked him, you filed bankruptcy, he said, I just used the system like everyone else did. And as for Donald Trump, the real hero of the family was Fred Trump. When Donald got the company, he inherited damn near 40 million in the 70s, which is the equivalent of being $1 billion today. How do you go wrong when you inherit damn near $1 billion? And more than that, you inherited the lifestyle and being at the foot of Fred Trump. So you got the money, but more importantly, you got the game. This fool, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. Don't hate the man, just not a fan of him. But he's just doing a whole bunch of this stuff because he's got more fuck you money than the average person. If he wanted to spend 100 million or even 200 million, like Bloomberg did for, when he bought New York, he could do it. And he could keep this shit real interesting, real rhetoric, the fiery, and also the KOCH, the Koch or Koch brothers, whatever you want to call them. He's learned from them. Koch brothers, they paid for the Tea Party. They spent like 250 million to create the Tea Party. But many of you who may be in the Tea Party are like, oh, well, this is just a grassroots movement. We just felt the vibe. No, it was set up. It was manipulated. And once again, you were drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm out here fighting for my rights. No, you are a foot soldier. You are a piece. You are a battery in the matrix. You are being used and you like it. I'm telling you, come off of YouTube, pick up some financial books, look up, start studying corporations, start studying trust, and you'll start to see how this stuff makes sense. Mitt Romney, all this money, pay hardly no taxes. Put this out there. He was like, I don't want to show you, but I'll show you. And people are like, what the fuck? He's making this much money. I pay percentage-wise way more taxes than Mitt Romney. What the hell? They know the game. They know how to play it. They know it exists. Now, I've helped you. You now know that this exists. You now know that you can use it. It's just a matter of this. Paper and ink. Paper and ink. That's what it is. When I was in the military, we used to have this saying, skillcraft was the most powerful thing in the military. That pen in the right forms would fuck you like you've never been fucked in your life. Skillcraft. So get yourself some skillcraft knowledge. Get yourself some financial education knowledge. Stop being on the internet like everybody else. Go, ooh, he broke. I've seen that on my feed and so many, and the reason I address this, once again, this is going in my private Facebook group as well as here, is look, folks, stop acting, do your analysis. Get yourself some education. Get a background on this thing. Do not believe for a stretch of the imagination that Curtis Jackson, aka Mr. 50 Cents, is anyway financially hurting. He just like, I ain't paying motherfuckers. You can't make me. You can't. I'm not. That's what's going on. He's gonna get away with it too. I can see it. He's gonna get away with it too, because everyone's like, he's putting out all this information and he's spending all this money on clothes and the fall of 50 Cent. He's not going anywhere. If anything, he's going to come out of this with even more money because of the notoriety, the hustle, and the new opportunities that will come his way, because people are like, well, he's in bankruptcy. After he emerges from bankruptcy, he's going to need some money. So there's like deals, they'll be throwing deals this way. He's going to get all this kind of stuff. You think, oh, well, he filed bankruptcy. They're not going to fuck with him anymore. Really? Okay. Going back to the Donald Trump example. He filed bankruptcy and got money from people that he owed money the first time and filed bankruptcy on. Look it up. Same motherfuckers did it again. Look it up. Go ahead, look it up. I'm serious. I know you go like, oh, yes, they did. I saw him do an interview, the Trump, and he made this statement. And like I said, I get wise words from anyone. If Hitler says something wise, I wouldn't go like, he's Hitler. I can't listen to that. If the words are wise, the actions wise, the tactics wise, I'm listening, even if I can't stand your ass. He said, if I owed $100,000 and things went bad, I got a problem. But if I owed 100 million and things went bad, we have a problem. That's how that motherfucker thinks. And that's how 50 Cent thinks. And that's how a lot of these Wall Street dudes think. And that this Mitt Romney, this is how they think. If you ever noticed that a lot of people who go to Congress who are regular people, if they stay there long term, they emerge millionaires. They're in the millionaires club. You go to Congress, serve several terms, you will become a millionaire. There's a reason. They're sitting next to all of this money. This guy who's like, hey, you have access as a congressperson like nobody else on the planet. Look what happened to Al Gore. After he lost And his wife was probably like, whoo, he's worth well over $100 million. Because he went and did that whole thing. And there's a lot of stuff that he did. And Al just said, fuck politics. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin, another one that got paid. Well, she learned the game. John McCain was like, well, if Obama's going to pick Hillary, I'm going to get this chick. And this chick was like, she wasn't a chick. She was a shark. Sarah's like, yeah, okay, this is my script. Really? Okay, this is my script. Fuck that script. That's what Sarah did. John McCain was like, I did not know that she was going to do that. Oh man. So all right, that's this morning's edition of AM Hustle. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you a book you should get. This is an old book. It's from 1984. One of Peter Lynch's first books. You just go to Amazon, look for Peter Lynch, get the book with the oldest date, and you will learn a lot about investing that makes sense to you. It makes a lot of sense to you, and you'll start to develop your financial education, because I'm telling you, this just cracks me up how many people think this dude is really broke. I'm just sitting there like, those acting classes have paid off well, 50. They have paid off well. So if you like the content, once again, below the video, so even more helpful content. And with that, I'll see you in the next session.